So I want to do a quick review of these UniFi G3 1080p cameras. Now, these are the cameras that we're using currently with our UniFi system, and I've done a whole video, which I can link below, into how we set up the UniFi, but I want to cover specifically these cameras. They're really popular, they have audio recording, they're really solid, and they're really easy to set up and really easy to mount. So go ahead and unbox it real quick. I don't do a lot of detailed unboxings, but I'll go ahead and indulge you guys here. Of course, you get the camera in the box, and we're going to show you how this mounting system works. It's pretty clever. We get a mounting for a pole. Now this has got these little edges on the back. I'm going to take this out. So you can see the way this works on the back, and this is so you can mount it to a pole, and it matches up with the bottom of this. Now, unless you're buying these in bulk, you get a power adapter with each one, a PoE injector, if you will. And I've always liked the way UniFi, not their earlier models, but later they got these injectors so you can do this to the wall, and then these snap on there. It makes for nice, clean setups. Now let's go ahead and take this apart. This part here unscrews. And you can see this is a metal design, which is really cool. I mean, this is solid, this is metal, so it holds up really well. And then this goes to here, and then this has a ball mount, so you can articulate this in any direction. Pretty cool. Makes it really easy when you want to point these. Now, this comes off completely here, and we reveal just the camera with a network jack. Now, I like this versus ones that have a pigtail, because with the pigtail, you have the risk of breaking the pigtail. With these, the network jack plugs directly into the camera, so there's no worry. It snaps into here. Now, let's talk about how that works and how that seals. You also get in a box the seal itself, and I'll show you how that works and goes over a Cat 5. So the seal sets right in there, and this is what the little seal part looks like. Just a little piece of like silicone rubber. Now you can see from this it's really squishy, but it's pretty thick, so it seals up pretty tight. Now ideally you're not supposed to have an end on before you put this wire through, but if you're feeling ambitious, you can work a wire through it. As you can see, it will actually stretch and go over if there's already a jack. It'll go right through it. Not the ideal situation. It's a pain to pull it off of one with a jack, but if you were being lazy and didn't want to recrimp, it will fit. Ideally, you run the wire through, put this through, put an end on, and we'd snap the end right into here. But the nice thing is, because this comes off separate like this, these are actually really easy to mount, really easy just to reassemble, screw them back on with the threads. The threads themselves are fairly coarse, so once you have this mounted, it's not hard to get the camera put right back on. You're not like those really fine threads that are hard to get there. You tighten it up and then you can adjust it. Now let's show some video right from the camera. So let's take a quick look at the software now that we've unboxed it and get ready to set up so I can show you the video. It's UBNT, and I got it pointing out the window. So pretty straightforward. Normally you wouldn't want to set it up this way, you just join it, and I have that in my UniFi NVR video, but you can log directly into the camera, continue, accept the license. It's still called tech area because I took this off of my tech area to unlicense it, modify video, standalone mode, and it's going to set this camera up in standalone. Normally the NVR takes care of this, and when you're adding it to the NVR system, it just finds it, adds it, and you don't really have to do any of these functions here. You can simply go in and have it joined to the unified system. But it's nice that you can log into the camera, so we'll take a quick look at how that works. All right, so now it is in standalone mode, and you can see what's going on out front. You can change settings on here, anonymous snapshots, microphone volume, disable the microphone, what quality, bit rates you're going to do. You can turn on RTSP authentication. So RTSP is another video streaming, so you can actually stream things over there. You can configure the network settings. Right now it's DHCP, but you can put it into static. It does default if it doesn't find a DHCP on startup to 192.168.1.20. Generally, when you're plugging them in, I'm assuming like most networks, you're going to plug them in DHCP. Then we have the systems here, so you can change the admin password, save changes, language, time server, firmware update, camera log, support file, or just reboot the camera. So pretty slick. You still have all of your other ones where you can change the saturation, hues, sharpness, modes, flip it. So if you needed it flipped because of some reason, you know, because you have to mount it upside down, it does have that option in there. You can force the IR mode on, change the sensitivity of it, or just reset all the settings back to default. So pretty straightforward. Most of the time you're probably going to be using this on the MVR, but it does have this option on there to do it. It does have it. I didn't show this in detail, but there is a spot where you can put an SD card in. Like I said, I haven't really tried that. Any of the installs we're doing, we're putting these on there. So let's actually get to showing you more details on what it looks like in use.
So I'm standing almost precisely 7 feet away from the camera. This will give you an idea of the quality of the video and how the audio works. Now, of course, this room, there's a little bit of echoing going on in here due to the fact of, you know, it's a standard office. So the audio works, but it's actually usable. I mean, you're watching this going, well, I can hear you. So here I am close to the camera, and here's a conversation going on over here. And here's what it sounds like if I'm talking, pretending someone's across from me over here. So we use these in our retail store, and we've used them at clients. They work really well. The video and the audio is nice. You know, I got a whole demo of how the software works as well using these UniFi cameras, but the quality is pretty impressive. Like I said, I figured I'd record the rest of this video on the camera itself to truly give you an idea of how well it works. And there's no enhancement I'm doing. This is just straight up recording from the camera and dumping it right into my video editing software. I'm not messing with the audio at all for this part, that way you guys can both see the quality of the camera and get an idea for the audio quality. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this review was helpful on these Ubiquiti cameras. If you like the content here, like and subscribe. If you want to know more about some of the other UniFi stuff that I've done reviews on, there should be somewhere, I don't know, left or right, it's going to pop up and have a list, a playlist of all the different UniFi reviews I've done, and specifically how to set up the NVR software to get these cameras going. Thanks again for watching.